Hello and welcome back to my channel, which I created simply because my friends cannot hear me talk about books any longer. Yesterday I caught up on some House of the Dragons episodes, traumatized myself a little bit with that scene. But I also had a thought. I realized that my obsession with fictional characters came to a point when I look at a character and my first instant thought is, oh my god, you would love this book. So, let me introduce to you my new idea. What books House of the Dragon characters would love to read in their free time, with some commentary. Also, I'm basing it solely on the show, like I haven't read the book, so if I say something that does not fit the characteristic of the character in the book, I don't know, I haven't read it. So, let us begin with the rightful heir to the throne herself, Rhaenyra Targaryen. First of all, Cersei by Madeline Miller. Cersei's journey from being a powerless nymph to becoming a powerful witch would definitely be something Rhaenyra would love to read about. And I mean, the transformation of a woman into her powerful self, despite all of the patriarchal constraints imposed upon her, would definitely resonate with Rhaenyra. Also, I definitely think that she would find the ability to turn men that wronged you into pigs would be an extremely useful thing. I think after she read Cersei, she would be looking at all of those men in her council talking down upon her, and she would be like, I wish I could turn you into a pig. Second of all, the Poppy War series by Rebecca Kuang. How does that saying go? If Rebecca Kuang has 0 fans, that means I'm dead. But I believe that despite the fact that Rhaenyra would probably not approve of everything Rhaen does, because I think she is more soft-natured than Rhaen, I believe she would still be inspired by her. I think Rhaen possesses some qualities as this decisiveness and her strategic abilities that Rhaenyra wish she could have. Additionally, a story of a girl who had to fight for her place in the world and for her say in the matters that directly involved her because she did not have anyone to support her and have her back. I don't think that Rhaenyra would see a lot of herself in Rhaen in that sense, because she's also a woman who's technically a queen, who's constantly denied the right to make decisions and to take action by her council, just as Rhaen is like this most powerful weapon, yet somehow she's still not allowed to make any strategic decisions for like biggest part of the book. There are reasons to that, but I think Rhaenyra would definitely relate to the struggles that Rhaen goes through. Moving on to her childhood bestie, also known as the Green Queen. Could we also technically call Alicent Hightower the queen who never was, since the council practically told her, no, we don't want a female ruler, not just Rhaenyra as a ruler. I believe she would love Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, because the story of a woman who on many occasions had to betray her friend to survive, yet she's still portrayed as the woman that had to do what needed to be done to survive, and in almost like a positive light. I don't think she would find some justification for her actions in Scarlett O'Hara. I don't think that book would be a great contribution to Alicent's peace of mind, since she's also very often faced with choices that she needs to make to survive that go completely against her morals. Ay. How do I pronounce her name? Hello? Okay, here I wanted to make a joke about how Alicent would desperately need a book that goes something like how to parent your kids and how to make them respect you, a 10-step guide for newbies, since her kids do not respect her at all and stopped even acknowledging her at this point. But since we're sticking to fiction, I think a book We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver would definitely be something Alicent would read. Complex relationship with her child? Check. A child doing unthinkable acts and her having to live with that? Check. Parenting your child under extreme social scrutiny? Check. The guilt over your child's actions, acknowledging that they are horrific yet still loving your child? Check, check, check. Okay, the silver-haired kids, Aegon and Aemond.
What's your name? Gerard, your grace.
Good morrow, Gerard. And how might your king be of service?
Rain our cups to these three strong boys.
Aemond would definitely be a fan of The Art of War by Sun Tzu and American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. Art of War he would constantly quote on council meetings and just in his daily life. I mean, he is a great strategist, and I do believe he would greatly appreciate the wisdom of The Art of War. With American Psycho, the struggle of masculinity and overcompensating your insecurity with committing horrible violent acts is definitely something that is close to this prince. Okay, now I kind of want to see Ewan Mitchell hit the Patrick Bateman face. I think he would nail it. Aegon would for sure love The Dune by Frank Herbert, if he ever had the patience to read it. I think someone would read it to him. I think Aegon would relate a lot to Polar Atreides' initial reluctance to accept the power and the rule, yet he would be inspired by his achievements when he did accept it. He would for sure see himself as Polar Atreides, even though he never managed to come close to that man. I also think that Aegon would have a love-hate relationship with The Road by Cormac McCarthy. When I tell you, he would wish, like secretly, but wish that his father loved him that much and sacrificed so much for him, and not just kind of make him out of duty and forget about him and always prefer his older sister and ignore all of his remaining children. Just to end with that side of the family, let's talk about Heleana. Heleana, I think she would love everything that is connected to nature and animals and far away from people and something very peaceful and kind and nice. So I believe her favorite book would be The Secret Garden. That would for sure be her comfort read. Themes of healing and renewal and a safe space would definitely be something Heleana would wish for herself, but since she could not get that in her life, she would come back to this book whenever she felt too overwhelmed by all the palace intrigues and stuff like that. She would love a story about a girl restoring the garden and transforming and healing herself in the process. Okay, now I got a bit sad for Heleana. She's such a... She did not deserve a single thing that happened to her. I don't think she ever did anything bad to anyone in the show. I don't know about the books, but in the show, she's just the most peaceful person. She never wished evil upon anyone. Let's return to the other side of the family, to the more aggressive and violent person, Daemon Targaryen. I don't know if I'm saying the Targaryen surname correctly, because... Am I? Targaryen? It is Targaryen in Russian, but I don't know if in English it's Targaryen or Targaryen. Whatever, Daemon. First of all, without a doubt, The Godfather by Mario Puzo. Come on, the story about a powerful family, the themes of loyalty and betrayal, and the complex family dynamics mixed with like the power struggle. Oh, Daemon would love it. I do think Daemon would also love American Psycho for the similar reasons as Aemond. Actually, I think Aemond would love it after Daemon said that he loved it, because there are so many parallels with these characters, and with Aemond's constant struggle for Daemon to acknowledge him and acknowledge that he is powerful, I am sure that when Aemond saw that Daemon read that book and liked it, he would be like, that's my favorite book too now. The anarchy and the disruption of the status quo in The Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk would definitely be something Daemon would also like. Also, the journey of self-discovery and low-key hallucinations would something Daemon could be able to relate to, you know? That storyline will haunt me. Just like those hallucinations haunt Daemon. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's gonna be like a relatively short video, but these are the main characters that I focused on and thought a lot about yesterday. So yeah, if this video is interesting and if you want to learn more about what books I think different fictional characters would like to read, I will definitely film more videos on House of the Dragon characters and all the other fictional people that I love to read and watch about. Sir Criston Cole would be definitely an interesting person to analyze. I think his book picks would be horrendous, like the most misogynistic mess you could think about. Those booktok creators who are like, you know that series on booktok when there's this, I will find her later, this woman, she reads the passages from different books of how men describe women in fiction. That's gonna be the books that Circle likes to read. That is the end of this video. If you want to see more content like that and more me discussing the books that I read, some book talk topics, and talk about fictional characters and their book choices, subscribe to my channel.